Welcome to the Nick on the Mic. I'm your host, Nick, and always with me is Sir Gio Trades, my co-host, Gio. Oh my God, I gotta take a breath for this one. How are we fucking feeling today, Gio? I mean, I got the chart on the screen, 26.52 we were at, but we closed at, we did close. Yeah, 26.52, 35% of the day, Gio. How are we feeling?
Nick, I'm on vacation right now, and I, to be honest, I can't even enjoy myself because I've been nonstop looking at my phone, and I had to turn it off at one point because I couldn't stop. But this is just the beginning. I'll say that. This is we got a lot more ahead.
Yes. We're going to cover a lot of things today. I mean, we're going to talk about the FUD. We're going to talk about what happened today. We're going to talk about what to expect tomorrow and coming on, exit strategy-wise, everything. But before we start, please, if a lot of people have been supporting the page. If you could, go follow the page, Nick_on_the_Mike. Also, like, comment, subscribe on this video and also the channel. And if you can, Gio is on top of it as well. So please check out his Instagram at sir.gio.trades. Please, we're on top of it. We're posting about it every single hour. I mean, I was watching the chart. I know you're on vacation, Gio, so I can only imagine you just watching the number keep going and up. But I've been watching the chart all day today, so we have a little bit. We're intuitive with the stock right now. We're on top of it. We're trying to give you guys the most current information. So let's get right into it. I mean, Gio, if you want it, you can start it off with a nice little technical analysis on today. But pretty much what we're going to go over is the FUD, what these hedges have for tomorrow, as well as what happened today with the price action. I mean, we went up 35%, so there has to be some reason behind that. And as well, we're going to talk about exit strategies and what to possibly do going forward for us. So, Gio, do you want to take the lead with this?
Yeah. So let me just one thing I want to say. By the time you finish this call, Nick, I think we're going to hit 700 million volume on the day. We're 699, 939 right now. So yeah, I'll give it a couple more minutes. We'll hit 700. But God. we haven't seen volume like that since January. We didn't even see that in March. I don't even think it came close to 300 million. But now we're finally seeing that volume kick in, and it's all leading up to that June 2nd recount that everyone's anticipating. Hearing from Adam Aaron and the results from what they're going to announce. So again, we've talked about this in the past. We don't know if it's. We clearly know it's well over 450 and actually 93 after that
sure,
at the market offering had. So it's clearly, in my opinion, well in the billions. We don't know if it's 1 billion. We don't know if it's 2. If it's 3, Nick, to be honest, I don't even know what to say. If it's in the 3 billion.
I mean,
but we do know the shareholders are well over 3 million, and that's only U.S. and Canada. So that's not even including anywhere outside of the U.S. and Canada or North America. So if that's the case, let's say there's 3.5 to 4 million shareholders, and they all hold 400 to 500 shares of each shareholder. You're already looking at well over 1.5 billion shares, Nick, and that's already 3 times the outstanding, and I think 7 or 8 times the float. Actually, it's around 10. And if that's the case, they have to buy back not only the covered shorted shares that they have, but also the synthetics that they fabricated. So in order to balance the books, they're going to have to clear every single one. And if there's shareholders that don't want to sell until 500 or 1,000 per share, those computers are going to have to go in and buy them at those prices, Nick. So you know what's coming.
I want the chips with the dip, Gio. I want it, okay? I want pepperoni and sausage on the pizza. Fuck it. No, but for real, I like Gio has reiterated in the beginning of this show, this is not the squeeze, people. This is astounding. It's almost 700 million in volume. I mean, that's crazy.
We just did it right now.
This is almost double than what. Oh my God, 700 million. This is almost double than what we average on this long run that we have been. We've been trading around like 250 to 350 million in volume. This is crazy. This is almost double. So this is that gamma squeeze that we possibly have talked about, and Gio has predicted in the past. A lot of these contracts are coming in the money, and I mean, I have it on the screen, Gio. 120,000 calls in the money expiring tomorrow, because tomorrow is a huge day. I mean, I don't know if you guys have looked on any social medias, financial medias like Yahoo Finance, Market Watch, such like that. They are just bashing this stock still, and I don't understand it, Gio. I mean, even on Twitter, these hedges have formed a large amount of people to comment on these YouTube channels to say that May 28th is the final day. The squeeze is happening. Everybody sell at $50, because when you guys see this price at $50 tomorrow, do not. I can't reiterate. Let the fear, uncertainty, and doubt get to you, because that's their only escape route in this is to make people sell. And you guys did kind of see that at the end. It was up to 29, but we saw a huge sell walls all across the board from 26 to 29. I mean, they're just trying to do every single thing to drive this price down. I mean, as well, they're short laddering. If we looked at the borrow shares, there was a lot of borrow shares available, but then they just come washed. I mean, more double downing. I have something up right now that on Twitter or text, I know it's not as accurate. I mean, it's 2 days behind, but they have lost $800 million in interest, these short sellers today alone. I mean, come on. Citadel Capital has $30 billion in equity. They almost lost $1 billion today. Gio, I mean, come on. This is crazy. They're keep double downing.
It's just getting started. I mean, Joshua James, I'm looking at his Twitter right now as we speak. He literally just tweeted that right. He goes, "Just getting started." #AMC.
Oh, I gotta put him up. He's also very, very, very intuitive into this, and it's just getting started, people. This is only the beginning. I know, 50% almost at one point today was the price increase. That's crazy. I understand that. It seems unheard of. It seems like this is what we've been talking about, but this is just the beginning, because, like Gio said, if it is 3 billion shares that come outstanding on the share recount, people, we're trading at volume 655 million. That's 700 million today. Times that by 3. What do you think the price is going to do? You know, this when you supply this much buying power, it's just there's nothing these hedge funds can do at this point, right, Gio? I mean, this is an inevitable win for all AMC holders.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Lou even tweeted this out. He goes, "The best is yet to come," and he's 100% right. But I just want to reiterate: tomorrow is going to be. It can go either way. We can continue pushing upward past 30, which is now the 29.76 is the peak today. So that's currently our resistance. But if we blow past that, sky's the limit. We could even hit 40 by tomorrow, if not higher. I do expect tomorrow's a big expiration date, and then the next one is June 18th, where I even have some calls for a position for that day as well. I think you do too, right?
Yeah, I just picked up 5 contracts today, actually.
So
probably gonna be loading more.
That's the main day. But now that the stock's been increasing, you're going to see a lot more call options be in the market. So now that this is the beginning of the gamma squeeze. It started the last couple of days, but now it's just going to escalate from here. And you're going to see constant call options coming in. But buying call options is not going to help the squeeze, right?
Yeah.
Actually, increase buying pressure. And to do that is by buying actual shares of the stock. And at this point, to be honest, I think all you're seeing is being purchased right now is synthetic shares. Because I think a majority of that outstanding float that is actually existing is already been soaked up and is in the position of retail investors that are just holding the stock and not selling. Like people like me, like you, and a lot of other people that we know. These are apes. They're not traditional investors, right? And
when the squeeze does happen, I don't want Gio to kind of scare you if you do buy. I mean, if you did buy past the, we don't actually know when the date was when these 493 million shares was gone. But if you do own a synthetic share, like a large amount of people, probably myself as well owns a couple because I've been keep loading in. But it's going to be automated. These lenders are going to try to fill in all orders. These hedge funds are going to buy. It's not going to have any difference if you have a physical or a synthetic share, right, Gio?
Right.
Yeah, and like I say, people, this is 35% today. This is something that we'd like to see when validating the gamma squeeze. This is not validating the short squeeze. We're going to see 300, 400% in a day. It's going to be absolutely crazy. I mean,
and Nick, when that starts happening, you're going to see phase 3 liquidations escalate. So you're going to see all these big blue chip stocks get liquidated because people are going to realize, why am I holding a stock like this that's moving 1 to 3% a day when I can be buying AMC that's chewing up 100%, 200%? You know.
I mean, look at S&P today.
We haven't seen a day like that yet, but it's coming. It's definitely coming.
I mean, look at the S&P today. It was the exact inverse of what AMC is right now. It's not a coincidence, people. It's not. It's crazy. Okay, so yes. So what are we looking for to come in the next couple of days? Because we constantly, I know Gio was getting his phone blown up today. What should we do? Should we buy? Should we sell? Is this a good investment? I mean, we can't tell you to hit the buy button. We can't tell you to hit the sell button. You know, we can only provide you with informative information, real information, not like this media, not like Ortex, or even Ortex, what I provide to you today, Ortex or Yahoo or Twitter. I mean, you guys got to do your own due diligence. You know, there's a lot of people that are onto this movement now. I mean, I'm seeing even more celebrities tweet out about AMC to the moon. You know, do your own due diligence, then you make your decision. Like I said, we cannot tell you to go buy the stock. We cannot tell you to go sell. But when we're talking about exit strategy wise, and when we do plan, I mean, Gio, you can talk for your own, but I'll just give my little spiel about it. I'm not looking any past 500 to 1,000. That's like literally my go point to where I will start unloading a few shares. What I mean by a few shares is I'm going to work with percentages. I haven't really thought about the percentages that I plan to dump or what when I do hit these thresholds, but I mean, I keep reiterating this in the past videos, but this is not turning to a short-term play, people. This is going to be a long-term investment for me. I mean, I plan on holding for, a couple of shares at the end, even when it dips down and it's past the squeeze. I consider AMC as a long-term investment. I mean, the company looks great fundamentally, and as well as this, I got it at a great price. So I just think it's just turning into a great long investment. Wouldn't you agree, Gio?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people that are in, a part of this whole movement are going to return and become long-term shareholders. And that's partly why, CEO Adam Marin moved that shareholder meeting back to the end of July. Because don't take this, word for word, but what I think the reason he did that is because he understands what's coming in the month of June and early July, which is, the inevitable at this point. And he thinks that when that stock does, hit its peak and then retrace, he thinks a lot of people are going to come back and become long-term shareholders, because I do expect a dividend to come out for AMC shareholders and possibly even GME as well.
So
increase.
So Gio, I mean, the question is, where do you see the ceiling or where do you see the floor? Where are you putting your threshold at? I mean, obviously, I kind of reiterate this. We're not financial advisors. This is not financial advice. Just personal opinion, I mean, what's your strategy behind this?
Mine initially was to sell on the way down, but I've actually been changing it week by week. But I kind of figured out a way to handle this. This is my way. I don't suggest it. Everyone is in a different financial situation, and I even told you that before as well. But for me, at least, I'm gonna clear off my initial investment as soon as it hits as soon as I hear the first few hedge funds get margin call. Once that begins and those get all liquidated and they begin covering, I'm probably going to sell off my initial investment and then just ride the rest until we hit that peak, and then I see a 20 to 30% retracement. And at that point, if it breaks the 30% retracement from that peak, that's when you'll know the peak already hit, and that's when you're going to see everyone begin selling off. So yeah. Second I see it, whatever. I don't know what the peak is. It could be 5,000. It could be 1,000. It could be 10, 15, 30. We don't know, Nick, right?
Yeah.
So once it does hit whatever peak it reaches and retraces about 25 to 30%, that's when I'm probably going to unload the rest of my shares.
Yeah, and like Gio said, everybody's financial situation is different. I mean, if you look at this stock to hold till 50 and you want to sell, or you hold to 100 to make a couple thousand, I mean, each their own. Everybody's their own. This is not financial advice, but yeah, I agree. I mean, definitely it would hurt so bad to see the ceiling. I mean, to sell before the ceiling hit. You know what I mean? I think that's what something would kill me inside.
No one's gonna get out at the ceiling. Like it's
one
gonna be
is.
less than 0.5%.
If they did, they lie to you, people. If there's anybody out there that says, like I'm saying, the FUD, I'm telling you, people, there's fake Twitter accounts being made and fake YouTube accounts being made, commenting on these, trades, Matt Kors, some of these famous apes that have big, large position, a huge crowd following them throughout this whole movement. Literally commenting saying, hey, people, May 28th is the time. The squeeze will be done. $50 is the cap. Everybody sell at 50. Guys, they are idiots. They're wrong, and they're just probably telling you just to put fear in you to sell your shares. That's all they're doing. That's plain and simple. Because we don't know what this is. We don't even know if this is the short squeeze right here. We won't know till 2 days. Just like with Ortex data, we will know specifically when those shares out to loan go to zero, or they start covering and they start going 10 million, 20 million, 30 million. I think it's at 130 million today, and it was at 31 million yesterday. So only 1 million shares were actually brought back from just Ortex data, in the last 2 days.
And the reason they're calling it, they're saying it's the 28th, it's the last day for the squeeze, is because they know the share recount is June 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
And when that recount comes out, and the share amounts in the billions, what do you think's going to happen?
Oh, and AMC CEO Adam Aron even tweeted out. They said specifically, if you sell your shares on or before the 28th, they cannot make an accurate recount on June 2nd. So you know what that means, people?
Did he tweet that? I didn't see that.
Yeah, he did. Oh yeah, I think it was AMC itself. Yeah, he tweeted out that today. I mean, if you can look on Trade's video specifically. Here, I'll pull up Adam Aron's Twitter. But yeah, he literally specifically made it sure that if you sell your stock on or before the 28th, they will not be able to get an accurate reading on the recount of June 2nd. So there's all psychological warfare here being played with these hedge funds. They try to do it with manipulating the stock, short laddering strategy, and now they're doing it with straight psychology and putting fear into these people. Because I bet, I don't know how to put any more validation to this. I was just like a person out there that doesn't know really much about it. I didn't know too much about short squeezes. I knew so much about investments and finance because I do have a finance degree. But Gio woke in me in January, just woke in me on how crazy this was happening. Millionaires were made from GME short squeeze. And you know what I did? I did my own due diligence. I kept following along, and I just found out the facts into this, And I think just more and more people are starting to be woke, and I think that's what's scaring them the most is because this army turned to, I think it was like 3 million in January. 3 million Wall Street bettors. Now it's up to like 10, 15 million now. I can't even imagine what the following is. I haven't looked at the Reddit page in a while, but Gio, I think we just put fear in these people. They know they lost. They're just trying to fight a psychological warfare and make us sell, and it's not going to work.
Right, and the problem right now is people are trying to seek information, and they don't know where to get it from. So people are looking at Market Watch or Benzinga or Yahoo Finance. That's the wrong place to look. You could trust some YouTubers, but you can't trust everybody. So you need to kind of narrow down where you're getting your information from. Don't even take everything that we're telling you word for word. Exactly. Do your research, get it from more than one or two different sources for sure. Yeah.
So, that will probably wrap up this show because I don't want to make it too long. I know we're at around 18 minutes right now. But, we had to make this video, people. Tomorrow is such a big day. Look forward to, like I said, look on the podcast's Instagram page as well as Gio's page because I know he's out in Arizona, but he will still be posting on the regular. I know that. Especially after the price action today, I don't feel like you'll leave your phone.
This was a big day for a lot of apes. I'll say that.
Huge day.
Definitely my biggest day for sure. And a lot of other traders, but this is to be honest, this is nothing. That's why I haven't been too vocal about it, especially on my stories. I put a couple stories up, but this is just the beginning,
True. All right. Well, thank you, Gio, for joining me. I know you were obviously on vacation. Go soak some sun, get tea for us, for all the apes out there and all AMC holders out there. We're celebrating at home just for you. But Thank you, Gio, and thank you for people that are watching. Please, if you could, like I said, go follow the socials. If you could also like, comment, subscribe. We want to hear feedback, people. I mean, I know the first video we got a couple of decent amount of feedback, but if you could, just comment, just give us your constructive criticism, and yeah, I mean, your ideas. I mean, what's your edge strategy? We love to hear it. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and thank you, Gio. Have a great day.
Yeah, of course.